So, dear friends, respected Mr. Johnny Varghese IAS, Dr. Sultan Ismail, and dear students, good evening. A warm welcome to all the students to the Zoom lectures for the campaign for climate resilient churches, schools, and communities. I am Dr. Matthew Kushipanekar, the Honorary Director of the CSI Synod Department of Ecological Concerns. This class is exclusively for students. Students from 5 states of South India are attending these classes. As you know, climate change is a serious problem we are facing now. Through these Zoom lectures, we are giving orientation to the students to face the issue. Eminent personalities are addressing through this series of lectures. The classes are highly informative and exciting. Every Tuesday, we are conducting classes and we welcome all of you to this program. Mr. Johnny Tom Varghese has kindly accepted our invitation to inaugurate today's class. Johnny Tom Varghese is an IAS officer in Tamil Nadu cadre. He is the State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, Project Director for Paul Bay, Department of Fisheries. I know him since his childhood. He is a native of my village, Punekkad, and he is my cousin. We are really proud of him. Dear Johnny, CSA Synod Department of Ecology Concerns cordially welcomes you to this program. Today's main speaker is Professor Dr. Sultan Ismail. Sultan Ahmad Ismail is an Indian soil biologist and ecologist. His work is centered on techniques for recycling biodegradable waste into fertilizer using local varieties of earthworms and on soil bioremediation. He worked with the Department of Science and Technology of the Government of India and Environment and Forest Department of Government of Tamil Nadu. He wrote books for school students also. Last Tuesday, he addressed teachers. 150 teachers attended that program. We are getting excellent feedback on this class. Sir, on behalf of the Department of Ecological Concerns and those gathered here, I welcome you, sir, to this online program. Immediately after the class, participants will get an opportunity to ask questions through the chat box. Then we will give a link for quiz programs in the chat box. If you are interested in our 3 cash awards, you have to open the link in the chat box, open the Google page and answer multiple choice questions. You will get 7 minutes to answer the questions. Results also will be announced soon. As our Zoom support only 100 people, others have to enter YouTube. I welcome all the participants for this beautiful program. I welcome Johnny Tom Varghese to inaugurate the program. Johnny.
Thank you very much, Dr. Matthew Koshi. And just checking, am I audible?
Yes, audible.
Yes, excellent. I extend my gratitude for being invited to this special class that has been organized by the Synod, the department that deals with ecology and other concerns. I especially thank Dr. Matthew Koshi, who is also from my native, as well as the chief speaker for this event, Dr. Ismail, for this event and for the interest taken in this particular subject, which is probably the most relevant of topics and most relevant of issues that our world as such is facing. And it's a continuous effort, I hear. It's for children, for students, and it's a continuous effort. And I congratulate the church for taking interest in this topic. and also for the many parents and children who have taken interest in the topic. I understand that people are struggling to get in, like me, and I hope people are watching this over YouTube. So, along with the appreciation, I would like to extend few words of understanding and observation that I've made over my period of public service regarding the climate resilience, the resilience that societies, communities have towards the changes in climate that is happening all around. I was, when I work in Tamil Nadu as a Tamil Nadu cadre IAS officer, and I've left Kerala for this very purpose to work in Tamil Nadu. I've been traveling around different parts of the state, different parts of the world. I'm the state commissioner for persons with disabilities, other than holding a portfolio in fisheries. For a particular meeting, when I went to Philippines, I landed in the airport, and then there was this huge poster that was up, which is an advertisement by Kerala government, which said, "We are back." The topic was that what it meant to communicate is that Kerala is back after the Kerala floods, which was very devastating. I felt proud of being part of Kerala because it has successfully come out of a major disaster, showing the resilience of the people there, which made me wonder why my state is different from other states when it comes to resilience. It is, if you listen to a book which is written by Yuval Noah Harari, which is on sapiens, where he tries to understand human behavior, and there he says that every problem is addressed by cooperation between human beings and people. Why did human beings as such develop as a race? Why did we come out other than other species? Why did we develop, and why did we expand? Why did we become successful as a species? It is due to the nature of cooperation that we have. I feel that comparing to many other states, Kerala has this capacity to cooperate as a people. Maybe it is because of the way our panchayats are organized, our local democracy is organized, how our people, even though we are different in terms of caste or religion or any kinds of other divisions, the idea to share, idea to cooperate is still existent. And I believe that such communities are resilient to any kind of changes, even if it is a climate change or an ecological change. So therefore, this idea to cooperate, where we share our resources, we are okay with sharing our resources, we are all right with cooperating with other people, have more resilience than other communities. And this you see in traditional communities of Japan, where they have faced a lot of different kinds of environmental disasters and other man-made disasters and have come back as a society. I see a lot of examples in the community of Kerala where we don't really focus on possession value, but on functional value of what we have. Let me explain it a bit. I possess a lot of things because I want to possess. That is human greed. But I acquire a thing because it is functional for my life. We entered into, I understand that Dr. Ismail will be speaking on home gardens, which essentially is we are coming out of, coming into a functional idea that I am not going to procure from the market which has pollutants out of human greed, and I am producing for my own need, which is functional. So this kind of a functional understanding of possession is what we require. And I think, and I believe that Kerala is probably way ahead in this kind of a cooperation, in this kind of an understanding of resources, whereby it stands different and it has a capacity to be resilient. I think it can be adopted in all our spheres if we understand how to be responsible about our resources. I am sure that this kind of an understanding can be passed on. The value of sharing, which is all related to our religion, Christianity also, where we share our resources, where we cooperate with people. All these are fundamental values that we learn as children. And I believe that this value essentially will help us be resilient to any kind of issues, not just man-made, but also climate initiated, and all kinds of changes. We'll be able to face it when we are together, when we are able to cooperate, and when we are responsible. So, with that, I thank you for this opportunity, and I extend all my uh, good luck to the understanding that Dr. Ismail will be trying to imbibe in you. And I hope that makes you ready to face what is ahead of us. What is ahead of us is always unpredictable, but we'll be ready for it. And that exactly is what resilience is. And I wish you all resilience in your life. Thank you very much once again. And I'm happy to inaugurate this class. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Johnny Tomris. We are really excited with your wonderful inauguration, and you gave a wonderful idea regarding resilience. Thank you very much. And now I am requesting Dr. Sultan Ahmad Ismail for the keynote lecture.
Thank you very much, Professor Koshi, and thanks, Mr. Varghese, for giving a wonderful introduction to it. Thank you very much. And the only thing is Kerala has enough space around their homes, and that becomes a limitation factor over here. And in fact, when I used to travel to Kerala in my early days, you used to feel separate places, but now Kerala has become a continuum. Each district over the other district has become a continuum even there. So I think people like you should take the initiative of planning properly so that those things continue in Kerala as well. Thanks to Reverend Father Rajan and Dr. Koshi for giving me this opportunity. Children, get ready, right? And one thing, let me tell you first now itself. I have 3 internet connections ready waiting for you. If one fails, there may be a slight break. So don't worry about it. I'll be back again. Is that right? Okay. Okay, now. I'll start sharing my presentation to you children so that you start enjoying it. And just, relax. That's it. Oh, nothing else. Is it visible for you children?
Yes.
Yes. I thought I would talk to you about home garden. This is my home. So I start with it and want to take you through this journey. Want to share a few things to you. I'm not going to teach anything new. You all know most of the things, dear. I'm just going to share some experiences which I've had. And also probably learn from you people as I proceed. Okay. One thing is, let us stop calling them as kitchen gardens. The old name for this, people used to say, I have a kitchen garden. What is kitchen garden? Doesn't sound good. Nutrition garden. So we produce beautiful, nutritious vegetables, or just plainly as home gardens. Is that clear? Children, I'm glad, I hope Mr. Varghese would be there for some time, because I want him to understand what happens around the world. You know, the World Environment Day, they declare a theme. Children, please follow me carefully. You are the future. They declare a theme, and the theme for 2020 was Celebrate Biodiversity. Tamil வந்து பல்லுயிரை கொண்டாடுவோம். Celebrate biodiversity. Then they came with the Earth Day. And the Earth Day, which was 22nd April 2021, they said, restore our Earth. And now, World Environment Day, 5th June 2021, ecosystem restoration. Please keep these 3 in mind. You can even take screenshots. You do whatever you want. You copy it. Okay. The world does with you people who are going to be the next generation is it's pure gimmick. It's pure gimmick. They just tell, but they don't act. It's only you people who will have to act. Right? Children, for your school, I think in your school, teachers would be teaching you, living, non-living. What Levin Verghese, did they tell you in the class? Living, non-living? Levin? Caroline, did they tell you? Living, non-living? Yeah? Yes. Okay. Right? So what they say is, air is non-living. And they say that we are living. But nobody tells us, if you remove the non-living air from my body, I become non-living. Water is non-living according to what they teach in a classroom. And we are living. But if I remove the non-living water from my body, I become non-living. We include the space and the fire along with it and call it as the Panchabhutas in our culture. Children, understand the tree. This is what the tree gives me. You can read it for yourself. A tree gives me all that, and you and I, children, per day we breathe about 550 liters of oxygen. 550 liters of oxygen. Today, everybody is asking for oxygen. And an oxygen cylinder costs 6,500 rupees. So you and I, we breathe 13 lakh rupees worth of oxygen per day. Per day. Is that clear? One tree gives me 24 crore rupees worth of oxygen per year. 24 crore rupees worth of oxygen. But people look at a tree that if I cut, how much money will I get? So when I cut a tree and when it rains, I cut trees and it rains. When it rains, the soil gets eroded and all the soil is going away to the sea. Male mann, topsoil, we are losing it. Soil, very important for my garden, home garden. This soil, what is soil? What is soil? Soil is food. No soil, no food. No soil, no food. So if soil is food, and I wanted to give a new definition to soil, children, please listen to me carefully, because I didn't want to tell this to the teachers. I want you, the next generation, to understand that in science book, soil is called as non-living. And by my research, what my research is, I will tell you in the last. By my research, when I was trying to do all this better, what happened was people started questioning me. If you are calling it as a living organism, does it have a digestive system? Does soil have a digestive system? Children, imagine there's a dog lying dead on the soil. You are walking on the road, a dog is lying dead. You go that way, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, it starts stinking. You get a bad smell. You make a pit. You put the dog in it. You bury it. Do you get the smell? No, we don't get the smell. What is happening inside? It is decomposing. Who is decomposing it? Microorganisms like bacteria are acting on it. Agreed? Yes. Who is acting in your intestine? Bacteria. So in our intestine, if there is bacteria, we call it as a digestive system. Logically, I can call soil has a digestive system. In the same way, if you look at the soil, then they ask me whether soil has a respiratory system. Just like you and I, we take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Soil also takes in oxygen, gives out carbon dioxide. So logically speaking, soil has a respiratory system. Then they ask me, all fine, tell me whether soil has a circulatory system. In case you are walking on the road, you are walking on the road and there was a big stone, you did not notice. You hurt your leg. You go to the doctor. Doctor gives a tablet. Will you feed the tablet to your leg or will you put it in the mouth? Will you put the tablet in the mouth? If you're putting the tablet in the mouth, how does the medicine go to the leg? How does the medicine go to the leg? You will say that circulatory system, the blood takes it. At home, you have plants. Do you pull the plant every day and feed the roots? No. You put water on the top of the plant, on the soil, and the water and the nutrients are going down. Because just like our circulatory system, soil organisms create channels in the soil, and that takes all the water and nutrients to the roots. So logically speaking, soil has a circulatory system. Then they asked me whether soil has an excretory system. Just like you and I, we go to the toilet to throw away urea because urea is very bad. It is a salt. So every time we go, we urinate, we come back. Similarly, soils which have salts in them, sodic soil, saline soil, they bring the salt and throw it outside. So logically speaking, soil has an excretory system. Then they asked me, all okay, sir. Does soil have a reproductive system? You see, children, somebody is lifting their hand. Is there a question or anything, or just for the fun of it? I don't know. Please, if you have questions, reserve them for the last. Tanya, yeah, good. Now, reproductive system. You know, like tissue culture. You would have heard about tissue culture. The plant's tissue culture you can do in the lab. But where should you come and plant them to grow? You have to plant them only in the soil. Is that clear? Just like your test tube baby, even though it is made in the test tube or in the laboratory, it has to be kept in the mother's uterus to grow. A plant has to be kept only in the soil to grow. So logically speaking, soil has a reproductive system. Then they asked me finally, Mannukku moola irukka? Does soil have a nervous system? Soil has a brain? Yes, soil has a brain. My research tells when I take soil, dig a pit and put biomass into it. I put leaves, I put cow dung, it decomposes. But when I put a seed into it, it germinates. A soil knows what to decompose, what to germinate. So that is the beauty of the soil you are handling. Idan man. Mannukku enna irukano? Man vasana should be there. Soil smell should be there. And that comes with the organic matter, children. Soil organic matter. Clear? Now, even in Kerala, unfortunately, when I travel, sometimes I feel that the organic matter content of the soil has started decreasing. Average soil organic matter content should be 2% to 5%, but today it is only 0.4%. Okay. Sir, I don't know how my soil is. Can you do this experiment at home? Children, very easy. Take a glass bottle, put soil, put water, shake it very well, keep it. You will form layer after layer. And you see there organic matter is seen there. Just have a look at how much organic matter is there in there. So, very simple, Kanna. You should all be able to do it in your own gardens. You don't have a glass bottle, use any glass tumbler, put it, and you know what is there. The top layer is the organic matter. So very easy to do it. Okay, sir, but I live in a farm. How do I know whether my soil is good or bad? You know, when a cow walks in the farm, it drops the cow dung. When the dung goes dry like a pat, varati, that means the soil, there is no moisture. The soil, there are no microorganisms and arthropods. Whereas, as we see the second picture, if the cow dung becomes granular, it means there is moisture, there are soil organisms which are acting on it. Very simple mechanisms. Okay, fine. People talk about soil fertility. Children, don't fall into that trap as you grow up. Soil fertility, unfortunately, today is related with soil fertilizers. So what you should do? Talk about soil health. Not man valam, but man nalam. Soil health. So when you look at soil health, create a healthy soil in your house. Very simple, very simple. We'll be seeing a lot of things, children. And you see, any good soil should be loose. There should be air in it. There should be organic matter in it. There should be water in it. everything should go inside. This is a simple question I am asking you, children. Very simple question, Raja. Please follow it very carefully. I take a plant. The weight of the plant is 100 grams. The weight of the plant is 100 grams. I just keep it in the hot sun, dry the plant. After 3 days, the plant is only 30 grams. What happened to the remaining 70 grams? Moisture evaporated, water evaporated. So it's a dry plant. This 30-gram plant, I take a matchbox and burn it. It becomes ash. If the ash is 300 milligrams, what happened to 29.7 grams? It went into the air, sir. Carbon dioxide. Carbon burnt, oxidized, became carbon dioxide. Children understand that what a plant takes from water gives back as water. What a plant takes from the air gives back to the air. What it takes from the soil is only those 300 milligrams. Should we add so many chemicals into it, like what Mr. Varghese was telling you when he inaugurated? Should we add? No, sir. So what can we do? We have to start thinking now. 1 teaspoon of soil has millions of microorganisms. 1 teaspoon of soil has millions of microorganisms. And then they brought this concept of vermitech. Vermi is vermis, earthworm. Tech is technology. That is, earthworms applied as technology. Clear? When you talk about earthworms, children, any good soil can have 3 types of earthworms. One, which live on the surface of the soil. They are called as epigeic. As students, you must know. Teachers attending should know that geic, G-E-I-C, is derived from the word geo. Geo, you know that, geography, geology. Geo means earth, epi means above. So, which live on the top portion of the earth. The second group of earthworms which keep moving up and down like this. They are the one who create the circulatory system of the soil. They are called as anasic. Anasic means intermediate. And the third variety of worms which live inside the soil moving like this. They eat a lot of soil and they are called endogeic. Endo means inside, jeic means earth, which live inside the earth. These are the 3 normal varieties which we find in South India. The epigeic worms, the anasic worms, the endogeic worms. This is a very special worm I have also seen in Kerala. Where you find red soil, these worms will be found. They are very good for the red soil. They are very good for the red soil. These earthworms today are used for composting purposes, for vermicomposting. They are called as Eutrylus eugenei or Icenia petida. These are the worms which are used for composting purposes. This is how the burrows are formed. You can see the circulatory system. Vermicomposting is very simple. You can do it at home. Very simple. How to do it, sir? Compose the material already. It should lose the heat. Lose the heat. Then leave your earthworms and keep a cow dung cake. See, if Mr. Koshi would have invited me to come to the center to give a lecture, he would have offered me a piece of cake probably. I should remind him, otherwise he will forget to give me a cake, right? So a piece of cake along with a cup of tea. So when a visitor comes, we give them a cake. And earthworms love cow dung cake. This is how we do it. See that? Earthworms multiply. Very simple, Kanna. Very, very simple. Now, if you ask me, sir, I live in a city. Where do I get? I live in a city. Where can I get these cow dung cakes? They are sold in Amazon, Flipkart, and Big Basket. Do you know why I'm showing you this, children? These used to be sold by the farmers, especially the women were in the household of the farmers. At what cost? Look at the cost at which these people are selling it. So where does the economy go from the village? You people, when you start growing up, you must start thinking. And because Mr. Verghese inaugurated a youngster, an IAS officer, you must aim that you should also become big officers and bring a change in our country. Is that clear? Big, honest officers. And that is Vermicompost. Very simple Vermicompost. Sir, how do I do it? I have in Kerala a lot of space, lots of leaves fall down. How can I do composting? Just put some twigs at the base and put all your biomass into it. Don't put more than 1 foot, just 1 foot of biomass. And add microbial inoculum. I use cow dung. Cow dung diluted in water. Simple, very simple. Cow dung diluted in water. I spray it on that and then put 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot till it comes to around 4 to 5 feet. Clear? And then you cover it loosely with a polythene. Not necessary, but you can loosely cover it with a polythene. The moment you put this, inside heat starts coming up. Heat starts generating, plenty of heat starts coming. And this temperature can go to 60 to 65 degrees Celsius. Very hot, yes, very hot temperature. This is very important for me. Why is it important for me? This is very important because it completely destroys unwanted pathogens, destroys unwanted pests, destroys unwanted seeds. And after that, after about 10 or 12 days, I turn it over. When I turn over, I get steam coming out. Very hot. It's getting cooked. It's getting cooked. And then another 15, 20 days, the whole thing comes down to a small quantity. This is composted. Cool it. Cool the whole thing. Give it to the earthworms. The earthworms eat this. What people make mistake is they put all the biomass and also put the earthworms into it. So what will happen? High temperature, you will be cooking earthworm biryani. Clear? So first it must cool down, then you must release the earthworms. The earthworms eat this and then give you compost, which you can use as such, or you can sieve it, and that is vermicompost. Very simple, children. I will show you how you can do it at home. Everything I will tell you. Children, please understand the difference between a roundworm and an earthworm. The roundworm and the earthworm. Are you able to see the?
Yes.
Yeah. And this is a tapeworm which can come to eat. These are the differences. That's a roundworm and an earthworm. What we use is an earthworm. And then this is a tapeworm which may come to eat the earthworm. This is how it comes. Be careful. Okay. This fellow can come and eat the earthworms. Be careful. And next, because many people are also from Kerala and also from Coimbatore and South zones, where you have plenty of coconut trees. You have coconut trees. So be careful over there. You know, whenever you do composting, whether you do vermicomposting or you put any organic matter, even at home, these things will come there. These are actually what? Larvae. These are larvae. They grow in organic matter and slowly they develop into adults. They are called as rhinoceros beetles. Now, this can go and attack coconut trees. So if you are doing composting at home, and if you have coconut trees, when you see these fellows, just take them with a stick and give it to the crow or give it to the chicken. They love it. They love it. They eat it. Okay, no problem. This is how we do it at home. Very simple. Do initial composting and then give it to the earthworms. This is my own house. I'll show you what I am doing. See here. This is my household waste. You find the watermelon, you find sathugudi, you find onion. So earthworms are eating a biryani. See here. Very simple, Kana. It's very, very simple to set up these things. Okay, sir. Sir, I don't want earthworms. We are a small family. We live in a flat or an apartment. Other people will shout at us if we do all that. Can you tell us a simple method to do composting? Children, buy 7 flower pots, not necessary to buy. At home, there will be some dabba, old bucket, balti. Take whatever you want. Take whatever you want. Only thing is on top of it, write Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Over. All these flower pots will have holes at the bottom. It should be there. Hole should be there. Please listen, children. If you're going to do composting or vermicomposting, water should not stagnate inside. If water stagnates, it will rot and it will give you a bad smell. Tamil அழகா சொல்லுவாங்க, அழுகி போகாது. Sorry, மக்கி போகாது, அழுகி போ. மக்கி போகாது, அழுகி போகும், துர்நாற்றம் வரும். So you have to be very careful. So water should go away. Then you can take these black stones and put the stones at the base in all the pots. Your filter is ready. Sunday's vegetable waste. Chop it. Why should I chop it, sir? Why should I chop it? Why can't I put it as such? Why should I chop it? Good question. Children, just tell me. You can tell it for yourself. This is a piece of paper. I hope you're able to see it. Piece of paper. It has a surface area. When I tear the paper into small pieces, have I increased the surface area or decreased the surface area? Start thinking. Have I increased or decreased? I have increased. I have increased the surface area because now every bit has 4 sides. Every bit has 4 sides. Every bit has 4 sides. So the surface area has increased. Just like at home, if you cook a full katrikai, or you chop the katrikai into small pieces and cook, which you can cook faster. If you chop, you can cook faster. The same way, if you can cut the waste into small bits, composting becomes faster. Okay, sir. So take the vegetable waste, chop it. Sunday's vegetable waste, put it in the Sunday pot. Sunday's vegetable waste, you are putting in the Sunday pot. Microorganisms should be added. Take little bit of cow dung, dilute in water and spray. What, sir, cow dung? I am living in Chennai city. No cow dung, sir. Very sour curd. Pulicha thair. You know, you make curd and leave it on the table. It becomes dark yellow on the top in 2-3 days. This curd has a lot of lactobacilli, streptococci, all microorganisms. Take a little bit of that curd, dilute in water, sprinkle on the Sunday pot. Take little soil and put it on top of it. So you have added the vegetable waste, you have added the curd, do it for Monday, Tuesday pot for Tuesday, Wednesday for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, come back to Sunday. By that time, 50% composting is over. Again, add on the Sunday pot. So in 1 month, in every pot, you are adding 4 times. 4 Sundays, 4 Mondays at an average. Take a stick, mix the contents. For a small house, it takes 3 months to 5 months for all the pots to go full. So all my pots are full, sir. Sunday pot, Monday pot, Tuesday pot, Saturday pot, everything is full, sir. Okay, very good. Take a stick, mix the entire content, put little water on it, leave it for some more days. Leave it for about another 10 or 15 days. And then Sunday's pot, put tomato seeds. Monday pot, put brinjal seeds. Tuesday pot, put lady's finger seeds. Wednesday pot, put palak seeds. Your organic garden is ready in your own house. Beautiful organic garden is ready in your own house. Very, very simple. Very simple. Sir, I don't want pots. In Kerala, I have a lot of space. Can I do something in the ground? Very good. Perfectly, you can do it. Just take an area of about 3 feet there. and put a circle. Put a circle. I am keeping this from Malaysia where I did it because of my good friend who started the movement over there. He is no more, so in his memory, I keep some of the pictures. You know, like put a circle. It need not be exactly 3 feet. Dig a sort of a curvature. Dig the soil in such a way that it is like a frying pan. Kadai mari. Put the soils on the side. Put waste or cow dung in the middle. Microorganism starts acting. After 15, 20 days, on the inner side of the ring, where you find the yellow arrow, put your spinach, kotamalli, pudina, and outer side where you find the green one, outer side, put your tomato, brinjal, lady's finger, and you can see that within a short time, on one side you are doing composting, on the other side you can harvest vegetables. Very, very simple. Very simple. This is what we have been teaching. This is what we have done at Muniguda, Orissa. This I included because only yesterday, unfortunately, a good friend of mine who worked with tribal people, Devjit, passed away because of COVID. So I added his picture yesterday because I did it over there in 2014. And then SARD, where we do it for the government, Very simple procedures. This is the beauty of India. As Mr. Tom Verghese was saying, whatever may be the religion, whatever it is environment that is important. So whenever I go to any village, they open the temples, ask me to talk over there, and then we go and demonstrate how to do composting. Very simple composting. Another beautiful way which we started doing in 1990s is the simple thing of putting sticks and doing composting inside. Very simple. We used to call it as basket composting because it looks like a basket. Very simple. Again, an old picture because Ranjit is no more, good friend of mine, right? This is what we did in Sri Lanka for him. Today, many people are doing it. And very recently, 2 days back, a youngster who learned from us is doing it in Trichy. He uses green baskets or green plastic, makes this sort of things. You can do it at home. So no labor at all. Just buy this green thing, put a circle, put the material, add a microbial inoculum. Nature always takes care of doing composting. Very simple mechanisms, man. Only thing is for those people who come to know that there is a food waste composter, can I buy this? No, you will not buy this. Instead, you can have a cow at home. Feed the cow. In 24 hours, it will give you dung. Dung can be handled. Do you know why I'm trying to tell you this in the garden? If you're going to have a garden at home, don't go and buy chemicals from there. A home garden should give you beautiful fragrance, not chemicals. No chemical pesticides, no chemical fertilizers. Because chemical fertilizers are salts, children. Nitrate is a salt of nitrogen. Phosphate is a salt of phosphorus. Potash is a salt of potassium. So what will happen? You know, like if I go and collect some fish and I want to preserve fish, if I want to preserve, the fish is dead. I want to preserve this fish for 3 days without ice, without refrigerator. What do? I add salt to it. So when I add salt to it, what will happen? Microorganism cannot multiply. So fish will not decompose. What will it become? It will become a karwad. It becomes a karwad. In the same way, soil, if you keep on adding salts to it, then soil also becomes a karwad. Second thing is, the more salt you add, the more thirsty the soil becomes. It asks a lot of water. So be careful that you're not going to add salts. Okay, fine. This is what will happen. You add chemical fertilizers, your soil will go dry. You keep adding organic fertilizers, the soil will get moist. Lots of experiments we have done. Forget this. Keep mulching. Many people know at home, they think that you have to keep the soil clean. Don't do it. Just like you and I, we wear a dress. I told you soil is a living organism. It has a circulatory system. It has a nervous system. It has a brain. We should respect the soil. So soil should be covered with mulch. When mulch is there, microorganisms multiply. Water retention takes place. and your garden becomes very beautiful. I'll take you and show you my garden also. Don't worry about it. And next one thing is, if you add too much of salt into the soil, just like we get edema, the vegetables also become like that. So don't add too much of salts to the soil. You have your garden. Yes, I have my garden, sir. But whenever I put water and other things, sir, the plant is not growing properly, sir. Please understand the concept. Teachers and students, please understand the concepts. I am walking in the rain. I am holding an umbrella. Water falls around me, not on my head. I go and stand under the shade of the tree. 1 or 2 drops of water fall on my head, but the remaining water falls around the tree. Why should water fall around the tree? Water falls around the tree because the roots which drink water are there. So at your home garden, whenever you have a garden, see to it that you give water and compost and manure and fertilizers where the canopy ends, not near the trunk. In your home garden, be careful. Don't put near the trunk and say, sir, it is not coming. It will not come. It will not come. Clear? This is how we do. For coconut trees in Kerala, you can make a trench at the canopy level and feed it directly over there. Okay, sir, but we have a terrace. I want to start a terrace garden in my house. How can I do it, sir? Very simple, children. If your building is an old building and you don't have a confidence, you can easily do terrace garden within 3 feet from the last wall. That is called as a load-bearing wall. And old buildings will have beams on the top. So around the beam, 3 feet. Simple. Okay, identified, sir. But still it is an old building. Can I reduce the weight further? Very simple. You make this sort of beds with casuarina or bamboo and grow them in bags, light-weighted bags, right? Sir, but I'm doing it at home and in my area, I don't have much soil. How much soil do I want to start a garden, sir? If you want to start with pudina, for example, mint, to grow mint, you require only 4 inches of soil. Only 4 inches of soil. Sir, but I want some microgreens like vende kirai, fenugreek, methi. So what can I do, sir? You know, people give you a sweet box. That is enough for you. Make 2-3 holes at the base. Put soil and little loose soil. Don't put very hard soil. Loose soil. Put your methi on it. And within about 15 to 17 days, you get your methi. Sir, I don't have these plastic containers. I work against plastic. Very good. Very good. You can do it on coconut shells. You have so much of coconut shells. This has been standardized. You can easily grow them in coconut shells. Have coconut shells, keep on doing it. This is my own house. You can easily make this. This is my veranda, Raja. Small space, how efficiently we can use. Just have an idea. This is outside my house, in frontage of my house. You can have variety of plants. This is the side of my house. This is at the back of my house. You can find the vermiculture units also, right? And that is my terrace. You can design, you can do whatever you want, children. You can do. All these I harvest from my terrace garden. Very simple, Raja. Only thing is, many people have this bad habit of overwatering the pots. Every day they must put water. Every day water. You will drown the plant. You see, even if I ask for water, you will give me only a glass of water. You are not going to give me a bucket of water and giving me a pool of water, right? So even for this big man, you are going to give only 1 glass of water. How much water does a plant need? Plants require soil moisture, not soil water. Remember, that is also a very important tip for you. Okay. Now, once you have a plant and you're growing it, pest will come. Definitely pest will come. Insects will come. No insect means that's not a garden at all. Garden will get insects. So supposing you have a farm, bigger area, just watch what this chap does not eat. Just watch what Professor Goat does not eat. If a goat eats something, leave it. Whatever a goat does not eat, you take it. Make it into a paste. This particular plant is Ada Toda, Calotropis. All these sort of plants are very good plants. Just take these plants, crush them, leaves, crush them, put them in water, soak them for about 10 or 15 days, take the water out, dilute, spray. Your pesticide is ready. But one word of caution to all of you. One word of caution to all of you. Just because it is organic, don't spray the way you want. Because sometimes organic can also be dangerous. It can burn the plant. So first spray a little bit, identify, and then you spray. Sir, I need more fertilizers. What can I make, sir? Very good. You can do vermiwash. You can do it in a drum. You can do it in a pot. You can do even in a flower pot. The entire procedures are available. I have given it in my website. You can download from my website. I'll show it to you in the end. This is a simple vermiwash unit in my house. The worms are multiplying. You can find their castings. So any water I put from here, I'll collect it from the base. And this water is vermiwash. That's all. That's all. Or you prepare Panchagavya. Or you will prepare farmers' effective microorganisms from vegetables. Kerala people prepare wonderful fish amino from fish waste. Or you can prepare this coconut milk with buttermilk. This is very good for the plants. You can prepare your own bioenzymes. Sir, anything simple, sir. This has given me marvelous results. Simplest mechanism. Just eat the banana, put the peels in a dabba. Add water to it. Allow it for 4 or 5 days. Take the water, dilute and spray. Hibiscus and flowering plants bloom like anything. Today I have 7 hibiscus pink flowers in one single plant. It's very simple procedure. If you don't have time, you can dry these things, crush them, keep them, and keep applying on the top. I'll teach you one more very simple mechanism. After eating the eggs, because many people today take egg, keep the eggshells separate. Crush them. After crushing them, take a pan, kadai, and lightly roast it. You know, eggshells on the inner side, there'll be a liquid, javu mari irukum. That will give a bad smell. So you lightly roast it, that will get dried up and the shells will become light yellow in color. Take a bottle. It can even be a glass bottle. Put the eggshells, add vinegar. Put the eggshells, add vinegar. Vinegar is acetic acid. Eggshells have calcium carbonate. So the moment you put, it starts bubbling. And within about 1 day or 2 days, all the important nutrient content which is there in the shell comes off into the liquid. Dilute the liquid and spray it. Your fertilizer is ready, Raja. Such simple procedures on one side. On the other side, I request Father Rajan and the CSI, if you have women self-help groups, you can teach them all these procedures and they can manufacture this and sell it to people who are having terrace gardens. It can be an income generation program for destitute women. Please start thinking in those lines also. Sir, I don't know. I prepared a liquid. Is that a good fertilizer? Don't go and ask any professor. Please. Best thing, take 2 equal glasses. In one, you put water, that is control. In the other, you put the fertilizer you have prepared. Dilute it always, right? Don't put 100% fertilizer, 5% or 7% or 10% fertilizer. Put it. Keep onion on the top. If the onion is small, pass that broomstick, coconut broomstick, pass it in between and hang it over there. The onion will start producing roots. The liquid in which the roots are growing long and thick, you have discovered a new fertilizer. That's all. Don't go and ask anybody. You are the boss. You are a scientist. Sometimes you may get these insects in the roots. These are called as verpulu, root grubs. In case you get this, by our experiment, we found This is very effective. Inji Pundu Perungayam. Asafoetida is hing, Perungayam. Gives me excellent results. Excellent results. Seeds. Yes, sir, we have all got. But where should I go and buy seeds, sir? You need not go and buy seeds from anywhere. You do not go and buy. You open your kitchen, you have 14 varieties of seeds. In the kitchen, you have 14 varieties of seeds which you can start. Don't go to the market. Don't tell me any excuse, sir. It is lockdown. Can I go after the lockdown? Not necessary. Kitchen is open. Is that clear? Take it from the kitchen. Our native seeds are called as heirloom seeds. Children, please be very clear. Our native seeds are called as heirloom seeds. But if you buy from the market, be careful. Be careful. In the market, some of the seeds will be pink in color, blue in color. This is because of a bad pesticide called as neonicotinoids. Very, very nasty. If you're going to use these seeds, you must wash your hands properly. Please remember, and don't give it to children, right? Of course, the plant can grow and then you can eat the fruits. But while handling the seeds, be careful. Once upon a time, there were farmers' seeds. Today, companies have come in. Here again, youngsters, children who are studying science, please be very careful with it because there is a conflict between hybrid and GMO. GMO is genetically modified organism. Why do we need genetically modified organism? Because human beings want to play God. They want to say that they know better than God. For us, food is medicine, right? Only for foreigners, they require medicine and food. We don't require. Please be careful, children, as you grow up. Golden rice, we don't need it. This is genetically modified. Again, they brought in cotton as a genetically modified thing. And they said this is a non-edible crop. But people drink paratipal, they take cottonseed halwa. Then they wanted to bring BT katrika. Children, especially science students, remember that we have 60 varieties, more than 60 varieties of katrika in India. We have more than 22 varieties of katrika in Tamil Nadu. And the government says one variety of katrika for everybody, which we are fighting against. Then they want to bring in mustard. Mustard is kadugu. Mustard is kadugu. And they want to introduce in different names. Be careful, children. Be careful. We have been fighting against GMOs. Is that clear? We don't need GMOs. Why? Because biodiversity is very strong, but biotechnology can shoot it down. Children, I'm not against biotechnology. I'm talking to you as a former head of the Department of Biotechnology. Is that clear? You need water for your garden. Make use of it. Summer comes, sir. There is no water for our garden. I don't have water. Okay, fine. So what? You have a bath. That bath water will have soap. You have a washing machine. The washing machine will have soap. So just construct a small tank. Put stones and pebbles into it. Grow these plants like canna, kalvarai. Allow the water to pass through this. How will it go, sir? It goes like this. Watch it carefully, please. In your garden, in a corner, you can have this setup. Your washing machine and your bathrooms can be connected. Only soap water should be sent in. This water will get cleaned. And I use this water for my garden. It's a very simple process. Very simple process. And because you're growing children, I cannot stop by just talking about these things. I must also talk a few words about food. Children, please take proper food. Please follow our national flag. The first color is orange. Take some food of that color every day, children, whether it's carrot or pumpkin or orange or mango or papaya. That gives you carotene pigment. White, very good because calcium is required. Take sufficient quantity of milk. Vegan takes alternative. Green, take green colored vegetables. Blue chakra, take sufficient water. How many lines in the chakra? 24. 24 hours. Follow our national flag. We don't require any food from anywhere in the world. Children, this is where I studied in my school. If there is any candidate from Pondicherry, that is our food. Children, very, very important. Very, very important. Color in food. Please don't get attracted with color in the food. And most of the sweets today are prepared with aspartame. Aspartame is a chemical. This color goes straight into the abdomen of the organisms. Lots of experiments have been done. Please be very careful, very careful. These are all dangerous colors. By the FDA, Food and Drug Administration. Be careful with these colors. Be careful. எதுக்காக சொல்ல வரேன்னா, Upma is white in color. Why should Kesari be orange in color? The color sold in the market is very bad color. It is a chemical powder. What you are cooking in your houses is not Kesari. It is Canceri. So please add these things. Avoid it. Avoid chemicals. All the so-called red-colored chicken pakoras, red-colored gobi pakoras are very dangerous for health. Please, please. Orange is this color, right? Why is orange juice red in color? Why? Why is the orange drink red in color? And when you want to grow vegetables, this is why what Mr. Varghese was telling you. Many of the market vegetables, if you buy peas, uricha batani, most of this is already colored. Plenty of color is added. Look at the quantity of color that gets added. Be careful. Either paranga, to break an egg, I believe you will spoil your hand. So pre-cracked eggs will come in plastic sachet. Is it necessary for us? Look at what's happening around us. And also, if possible, beware about all these things in rural areas. Milk today, a new injection has come. This injection, when you give, you can take all the milk from the cow. But the cow will get the mastitis of the udder. This is on one side. Teachers listening to me, please, parents listening to me, rural areas, please, if this milk is consumed by girl children, the girls will attain puberty, attain age at the age of 8 or 9. It will affect their hormone systems. Please understand what is happening. Just born calf. Just born calf. A female calf. Immediately gives.
அதை பார்த்தபோது அதில் பால் சுரப்பது தெரிய வந்தது. அதன் பின்னர் பால்மடியில் பால் கறந்து பார்த்தபோது 1/2 லிட்டர் வரை பால் கிடைத்தது. இது குறித்து கால்நடை மருத்துவர்களிடம் கேட்டபோது ஹார்மோன் பிரச்சனையால் மிக அரிதாக இது போன்று நிகழும்.
Be careful. Please be very careful. Please be careful with all these sweets that are sold in the market. Except for few shops, most of the thing is not silver foil. It is a combination of 5 heavy metals. Be careful. So for eating healthy, don't eat what is advertised on TV. Food doesn't require an advertisement. And parents, please give them good food and don't watch serials and spoil your families. Be careful. Plastic containers you can buy, you can use them. But please see to it that the plastic containers have a number behind them. No number, no container should be purchased. Every good plastic will have a number in a triangle. There will be a small triangle with a number inside it. Be careful. And if it is plastic number 7, they must declare it as BPA free. This I am specifically telling you children, because if you have small children at home, feeding bottles will come in plastic number 7. Be careful with all these things. BPA free, very good. Microplastics don't entertain in your garden. Please don't. Don't buy any product that has microplastics either for yourself or for your garden. These microplastics have already entered into the bottled water. It is found in our Chennai water. It is found in salt. It is found in fish. Now it is found in fruits and vegetables. It has grown further. Now it is found in the placenta.
மருத்துவ ஆராய்ச்சியில் தாய் சேயை இணைக்கும் நஞ்சுக்கொடியில் நுண்ணெகிழி துகள்கள் கண்டுபிடிக்கப்பட்டுள்ளது அதிர்ச்சியை ஏற்படுத்தியுள்ளது. உலகிலேயே பாதுகாப்பான இடம் என்று நினைக்கும் தாயின் கருவறையும் பிளாஸ்டிக் துகள் விட்டு வைக்கவில்லை. அண்மையில் ஐரோப்பிய நாடான இத்தாலியில் சில கர்ப்பிணிகளிடம் ஆராய்ச்சி நடத்தப்பட்டு அவர்களுடைய பழக்க வழக்கம், உடை, உணவு என
plastics have entered the placenta. It has already come in the air. On one side, virus, on the other side, microplastics. This is my home garden. These are my pink hibiscus. I have white hibiscus. I have orange hibiscus. I have red hibiscus, right? Just casually, I want to show you how you can design. I use a lot of toys along with plants to attract children. That's my pink hibiscus plant. It's very simple to maintain. It's very simple. All this is rainwater harvesting. The entire path is rainwater harvesting for me. You can design whichever way you want. That's bamboos for carbon sequestration. I have only an open well, no bore well. This is my wastewater treatment plant. This is my back garden. With a limited space. This is my composting unit. Everything is packed up in a small place. You can do it. You want to have a fountain? Set up a fountain. This is a self-regulating fountain with all the toys. You can. Only thing is, don't follow a leader. You are the boss. Some people will come and tell you follow permaculture. Some will say follow biodynamics. Some will say follow sustainable farming. Some will say natural farming. Some will say organic farming. You tell them, I am not interested. I want non-chemical, non-poisonous farming. That's it. Okay. And many people will discourage you. You know, you must have a green thumb. It's all not there. All thumbs are green. All thumbs are green. Don't worry about it. Grow plants. Grow plants. And please reworm the world. Bring back the earthworms inside the soil. Because today when it rains, water does not go inside. Worms create the circulatory system of the soil and water can reach the water charging. But if you want to do all this, please have patience. There will be a lot of people to discourage you, push you down. Be careful with it. Okay. This was the first meeting of organic farming which happened during 83-84. I hope you're able to recognize this is Bernard. Bernard is from Auroville. That's Namalwar who came to attend the workshop. And that's me here on the right corner. This was the first meeting which we started. And this was the first publication on vermicompost which I published for the country. This in Tamil. And then we started bringing in lots of material. This was the first setup of vermi wash for the world, which was started by us. Okay. And I started vegetable gardening and rooftop gardening in 1999, which today has become a sort of a craze. So do it. And you children who are attending this workshop, don't think that you should become a doctor or engineer or a computer to be somebody in life. And don't think that you are a disgrace if you don't study that. Never feel like that. I did not study that. I studied zoology. Okay. So don't worry, Raja, because, you know, like most of your teachers and parents seated over here, they would have read this book. Most of your teachers and parents would have read this book in 10th standard. And what you read over there, I was the one who coined the term vermitech for the world. Is that clear, children? So please do it beautifully. And these new books who are studying class 12 students who are seated over here from Tamil Nadu government, zoology and biozoology, you will find me in your book. I'm the same fellow talking to you. So please do it. Don't worry. Every one of us have a responsibility. See here, look at this teddy bear. It can go quietly, but it is worried that somebody will meet with an accident. So it is setting it up properly and going. Let us all do something for the environment so that we contribute something. So let us do muyarchi. This book in Tamil gives you most of the information on soils. This is by Vigadan Publishers. All the best. Good luck. I'll answer some of the questions to you before we wind up. Good luck to you, children. Most of the details are available here. In erfindia.org, you have all the details, how to produce compost, vermicompost, liquid fertilizers, everything I have given over there. Please take it down. And the last one, Chinapulingla, the simple task, great concepts. It has 100 science experiments which you can do. Is that clear? All the best. Good luck to you. I'm coming out of the share so that we can discuss.
So many people wrote so many things in the chat box. They are appreciating your talk very much, but only one or two questions.
Yeah, ask me. Where's the question?
All the students are writing.
Writing, okay. Ask children.
Can you tell me about weeds? One question. Can you
About-
tell me weeds? WEEDS. Weeds.
Yeah, weeds. Yeah, weeds sometimes are more useful plants rather than considered as weeds. Weeds actually, when they come up over there, we have a fear that weeds will take away all the nutrition which will be taken by the regular plants. So the regular plant will not grow well. The best way is to cut the weeds rather than disturbing and removing them or adding weedicides. You can trim them down and use it as mulch. So remove them and put them back over there itself as mulch. That's the best way to control the weeds. Or you put mulch on the top so that the weeds don't grow. Very simple. Roast the eggshells won't lose its nutrition. Illa Raja, light roasting. Illa na and the javvu irukku parunga ullara. Yaar adu kettadu? Sharon, what will happen is, who asked me that question? Roast. Lakshmi Sujita. What happens is, if you roast, it becomes slightly yellowish color, and all the calcium carbonate is bound inside the shell, so it's not going to spoil anything. So once you put it in vinegar, it bubbles up and releases it. Not a problem. If you could find any books to know more about soil in English, my Earthworm book is there for you, which is available as a PDF file for 50 rupees from other India bookstores. Sir, how to grow moringa trees from big cuttings? Moringa trees, cutting should not be straight. Cutting should be at an angle. And then you keep it. On the blank cutting, put some compost or cow dung on the top and leave it. It will start growing. Thanks. Sir, I planted many plants in my home. Then I do many care for my plants, but I got caterpillars in after 2 weeks. Well, they were so happy. Prasanna. They were so happy to come to your thing because caterpillars will become butterflies. On the lighter side, I'm telling you. But there are some plants you can start with which will not attract these caterpillars. You can grow bitter gourd or things like that, which will not attract many of the caterpillars. Start with which plants which are normal, which are eco-friendly, like bitter gourd. Adukapro, you can even have tomatoes and things. For every plant, they don't get. They come only seasonal. How to find unwanted mushrooms in my garden? Please don't eat any mushroom from your garden. Mushrooms have to be identified. You see, the oyster mushroom, which is available in the market or which you can culture with the help of hay. You actually boil the hay and then you make it out of it. Hay in the vehicle which that is edible. But button mushrooms, only few are edible, some are poisonous. So if you find mushrooms over there, leave them safe. You don't harvest from there and eat it. Can neem water be used as pesticide? Amma, who asked it? Gauri Krishna. This is a very good question. One thing, let me tell you here itself. Neem oil, neem water can also be used. Neem leaves earth, nalla crush panni, soak it in water, you can use it. But those who are using neem oil, when I tell them, they say, sir, I sprayed neem oil, absolute no response. Right? But please understand, oil cannot dissolve in water. Simple thing, Raja. Teachers have told us in school. So what I must do is, take neem oil in a small plate. Then add a little bit of this hand washing soap or some good soap, just put into it and mix very well. It will become like a milk. So oil will become ester. Then you dilute in water and spray. Many people, what the mistake they do is, they put oil in water and spray. Oil doesn't dissolve in water. Okay, that's very good. What do I ask? You answered all my questions. Oh, thank you. My plants get many grass too. Grass varoma. You can't help it. Even I get grass. I just pull it every time I go. I cut it and throw it there itself. How to grow jackfruit tree from seeds? I think I can tell you after another 15-20 days because I have planted the seeds. I don't know how they are going to come. I'm planning to be a paleontologist when I grow up. Very good. Excellent. I have a lot of fossils. When you come to Chennai, just visit me. I'll show you some fossils. Thank you. Thank you. We can use Panchakavya. Please use whatever you have. Don't go and buy. Your house has lots of material. Appa? Sorry?
Sir, most of them are asking in YouTube. I am copying and pasting it in the chat box, sir.
Oh, yes, please.
Also.
Is sunflower oil for cooking? Raja, who is it? Sam, when you buy any oil, you just see whether it is fully that oil. It will not be that. It will be, they will use a beautiful word. Saturated something with, they use a beautiful word, which means they have added palm oil to it. So be careful. Any oil is good oil. Every oil is bad oil. Use limited quantity of oil. Can you tell me about ethnobotany? Ethnobotany is a very good subject which talks a lot about our own medical facilities and Asian things. There's a wonderful professor called Sukumar. I can put in contact if you get in touch with me. I grow tulsi, rose, and some other plants, but sometimes ants come. Ants will come. They were living with them. We started growing them. If ants come, best thing is take 100 grams of salt, 100 grams of chili powder, red chili powder, 100 grams of salt, 100 chili powder, and turmeric powder. Mix very well. Mix little bit of soap water and put it around the pot. That's all. So which way to grow banana trees? Because in my garden, banana trees are getting spoiled. Banana trees usually get spoiled because of excess watering, and rats will make holes at the roots. You just check up whether rodents are coming over there. That's important. Strawberry, I do not know. I have not grown strawberry. I have not been lucky. Can you tell me some plants which increases the oxygen around? Every plant gives us oxygen, man. It's all business which says that this will give more oxygen. You see, in a classroom, some children are naughty, some children are intelligent, some children get low marks, better marks. But every plant which grows well in your house is giving you the best. Don't worry about it. How to grow apple tree? You better go to Kashmir. I don't
know. I think you have to come for one more day for one more occasion. You have to give an address.
Sir, I'm attracted to sunflower. Sunflower itself is attracted to the sun. Why are you getting attracted to it? Method to grow them. Sunflower is a hardy plant. The problem is probably you are buying too many hybrid plants. Sometimes they will just flower and then fade away. You go and buy some good variety sunflower plant, you can grow it. It's not very difficult. It's a hardy plant, sunflower. Anthurium plant need more sunlight. Everything requires average sunlight because nowadays sunlight is too hot. In fact, my rose plants, I had to shift them today morning because the summer temperature is too hot today. So you have to accordingly. You see, if you are really working in the garden, you know when you are feeling very hot and when you are feeling all right. Where you are feeling all right, almost all sorts of plants can grow. Where you are feeling very hot, the plant is also feeling very hot. That's all. Don't worry about all these things.
Sir, shall we close now?
Yes, sir. In my house is getting damaged. Coconut trees, if they are getting damaged, use haldi, turmeric and neem cake and salt. Turmeric powder, neem cake and salt. 1:1:1. Put it at the root zone. Can help you a lot. Why do we classify plants as indoor and outdoor? It's something like going to a regular school like I went and those who go to the AC room schools. What happens if we eat color mushrooms, sir? I don't know. Some mushrooms can be toxic. It can cause you nausea. It can cause you allergy. Is there any tips to grow coriander? Coriander, you must crush them before you put them. Crush them slowly and then you apply them. Loose soil. Okay, sir. How to grow rose very fast? Even if you drink Complan, you will not grow tall. Can worm compost get too hot, sir? No, worm compost should not get too hot. If it gets too hot, worms will die. I don't know how to classify earthworms. Can we use any types of earthworms together? Whichever is coming to your soil is a good earthworm. Don't worry about that. Sir, your favorite plant? Plenty, Raja. I have too many plants around me. I have more than 100 varieties around me. My habit is I don't go and buy a particular plant. I like something, I just put it. If it grows, it grows. If it doesn't grow, it's fine. I'll put something else. The problem happens only if I want to grow what I want to grow. If I can grow what the soil is willing to grow, there is no problem at all. A thumb rule before I wind up. A thumb rule before I wind up. If your soil is acidic, use alkaline plants. If your soil is alkaline, use acidic plants. That's all. Nothing else. If your soil is acidic, use alkaline plants. If your soil is alkaline, use acidic plants. They grow happily. Don't worry. Okay.
Sir, thank you very much for your informative and interesting talk. After proposing vote of thanks, there will be a quiz. So Rajan agreed to propose vote of thanks. Unfortunately, electricity has gone. So I am requesting Nisha and Varghese, one of the coordinator. Nisha, please.
Yes, sir.
I am calling upon Nisha to propose vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Nisha is a teacher of in a higher secondary school in Kerala.
Which school? Where?
Bishop Hodges School, sir.
Where? Which?
Bishop Hodges School in Alappuzha district.
Alappuzha, beautiful place. I've been to Alappuzha. Yeah.
She's an environmental activist also.
I was a visiting professor for CMS College, Kottayam, and PhD supervisor for Mahatma Gandhi University in Kottayam. So I used to regularly.
Yes,
yeah, and an examiner for Calicut University and Cochin University of Science and Technology. Yeah, good.
Sir.
Okay. Yes.
Shall I, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, please, Nisha. It's already 8.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And Johnny Tom Verghese, sir, IAS, Dr. Sultan Ahmad Ismail, Dr. Mathiko, sir, and all the participants. We really enjoyed each and every moment of the session. Virtual has actually become a real session, sir. Thank you, Mathiko, sir, for inviting us, such a brilliant person to our midst. We enjoyed this. We enjoyed along with the participants, and chat box itself is a proof that all the participants are really motivated and encouraged with sir's session. Ideas and facts went on, and we really don't feel that we are sitting for 1 hour. Thank you, sir, for introducing such a great intellectual and such a great mentor who is speaking from his research and studies, a living legend who is a great inspiration for all of us. Great and rare opportunity to adopt a sustainable lifestyle, an exclusive session, especially for the students of South India. Thank you very much, sir, from the bottom of the heart. May God enable the participants to become a great environmentalist like you, sir, and Mathiko, sir. Thank you. And we students are also, chat box is full with appreciations, and we are quite sure that they have enjoyed the session. And this is a pointing factor for the teachers also, because to take a session, to take a class, this is a great model for us, sir. Thank you very much, sir. On behalf of all the participants and Mathiko, sir, we have a humble request that please admit the student. They are waiting from 6:10 onwards, but you admitted only at 6:25, sir, please. And many of them can't join also, and they missed the sessions, the beginning part. Please make any such alternatives, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nisha.